Now the Ringke rugged case has lots of little doohickeys that make it look rugged, so it has to be tough. Right? I'm testing 50 iPhone cases to figure out the best 5. This is review 22 out of 50. Because I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, for the iPhone 17s, my scoring system is based on what the iPhone actually feels when it hits the ground on its corner, on its face, as well as on its camera lump. Each case gets dropped at least 30 times, so when I say it's terrible, it's because I've got the data to back it up. Now I will hand it to Ringke, they make unique looking cases. The finish on this product, it's pretty awesome. It doesn't feel like my phone is going to slip out of my hand even with my monster iPhone 17 Pro Max. This case has massive angled corners. Now, unlike the previous 2 Ringke products that are reviewed, the front or the clearance of the case is actually pretty low. There isn't a thicker lip like you would find on some of the thinner cases. This product also has tiny feet at the bottom, and I really don't know what they're going to do other than maybe stop your iPhone from sliding around a little bit, maybe. Now in terms of weight, this thing weighs 52 grams, which is borderline, yeah, average. When it comes to bulk, well, it's going to increase your iPhone's girthiness by about 68%. Very average. Now when it comes to accessing your iPhone inside the case, again, because of the finish, the grip is pretty awesome. You got texture here, you've got texture along the edges, there's just a lot of stuff for your fingers to hold on to. The buttons are integrated into the edge of the case, which I do not like, but Ringke did pull a Spigen and Tough armor with this one because the buttons on the case are massive on every single one. Even the action camera one has a different texture to it. So it's really easy to find the buttons on your iPhone, and this is one of the best features about this product. There's no button for the camera control, which is too bad, and the port cutout is massive, and it's chamfered enough that if you are a pinky proper upper, your pinky's not gonna get annoyed. When it comes to MagSafe accessories, to pull things off takes a paltry 9.9 newtons, and to push things off takes a paltry 9.4 newtons. Paltry is the wrong word. These are both very average values. I would use this case with a car mount if I was driving in the city. No issues. Now when it comes to protecting your iPhone from drops, this case has corners that are 2.4 millimeters thick, so decent, and the back is only 2.1 millimeters thick. But this is when things get weird. There are air pockets in the corners of this case, but the air pockets are basically the size of the giant corner. There isn't an air pocket right here. It's the whole thing. That's gonna be an issue. Now, what do you think the rigidity is for this product? If you guess not great, you'd be right, because to bend this case 8 millimeters only took 8.6 newtons. That is 70% below average. I mentioned in previous videos, but the problem is that Ringke tapes the MagSafe array to the back, so this isn't one solid piece. Like, cool. Functionally, there isn't going to be any issues, but when it comes to like protection and being rugged, then yeah, it becomes an issue. When it came to corner drops, my iPhone measured 13 Gs. If you've been watching this series, then you'll know that that is above average by 24%. Yeesh. Now after the initial impacts, the rotation rate, that was better by about 45%. The rate at which the iPhone stops moving, that was above average by 40%. And the total force was very average. So this case does terribly initially, but then all the other parts are actually pretty good. But in my scoring system, I weighed the initial drop higher than everything else. Now when it comes to face first drops, this thing, well, passes. In fact, all 3 of the Ringke cases that I've reviewed passed the face first drop, despite being incredibly floppy. Now the initial drop was 11% better. The total force going in was better by about 17%. But remember the giant airbags in the corners? The rate it settled was 55% worse. Yikes. Now when it comes to dropping it on the camera lump, Ringke, instead of what they did with the Onyx as well as the Fusion, which had little lips around each camera lens, Ringke for the rugged does the lip around the entire camera lump area. And when this happens, initial impact is 23% better. Then the settling rate is actually 38% better, and the total force going at the iPhone is 11% better. That was really surprising to see. And my guess is because this part of the case is covered, but it's not a wishy-washy piece of TPU, but it's not a hard piece of polycarbonate. It's TPU with a bit of flex to it. It's pretty thick. So based on all the drop data I've collected, this is probably the best implementation of a protective lump for the camera lump. So would I get this product if I wasn't a reviewer? I'm really on the fence about it. I still don't like the integrated buttons, but because they are bigger and easy to find, I do like them. I like the overall design. The drop protection, initial drop corner impact is worrisome to me. But overall, like, you know, I'll use it just to have something different. But wait, should you get it? It's a budget product. It generally does the job. So if you're not looking to spend a lot of money, then Yeah, maybe. I'm on a mission to figure out what the best iPhone 17 cases are. I'm gonna test 50 of them and then give you my top 5. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna post these reviews as soon as I'm done them. So check back regularly to see all the cases that I reviewed. Only 28 more.